Well, hello, rail friends. And how is everyone tonight? Hey, Jonathan. We're hanging out at the water tower. Just got here, and here comes our first. Hey everybody, good to see y'all again here on Rail Moments. Welcome back. Let's see, what is today? April 27th, 2025, and it is a gorgeous, beautiful, incredibly just right night to railfan. I mean, the temperature, picture perfect. I'm going to guess 76 degrees. Sun starting to set. Everything's starting to turn green again. April showers, May flowers. And it is good to see all of you guys. Been at the baseball game this afternoon. Our team won. The Lookouts, Chattanooga Lookouts, beat them 5-0. Mrs. S. and her family all hung out behind home base. Had great seats thanks to her sister. It was her sister's birthday. So, Mrs. S. is kind of chilling like a villain back at the house. And thought I'd come hang out at the old 1910 water tower. Catch a little of this sunset with you guys. Not going to be here for a long time. But, as always, wherever we go, it's for a good time. As you know, anytime there's scanner traffic, we try to get quiet so we can hear what's going on. So let's just sit back, relax. I'll chat with y'all. Let's hear what they've got to say on the scanner, and I'll be back on. But meantime, let's catch a little sunlight and some signal action. Mama Bear, there is a sunset coming up just for you. We're going to keep it as wide as we can as we look towards Chattanooga. Knoxville West End's over on the right, Atlanta North District here on the left. Hello, Tony. What's a happening up in Cowan? Don't forget, everybody, coming up this Saturday, the River City Rail Club is going to have a Railfan Appreciation Day in Decatur, Alabama. Let's see, what date is that going to be? Hang on, I'm going to get you a date, you guys. Saturday, May 3rd. Caleb and all the fellows from the guys and gals from the River City Rail Club going to have a Railfan Appreciation Day there at the Decatur Depot. Fantastic place. CSX, NS run side by side before they go across the lake on the bridge. Should be a fantastic event. Haven't looked at the weather yet. And we're going to try and do some cool things on the way over, do a little travel time this week. Spend a little time over in Bridgeport where they had 9 cars off the track this week with the local during the night. And do some maybe a little bit of nighttime at Stevenson this week since we got rained out on Friday. But we salvaged Friday. We went underneath our great big highway tent. Thanks to the state of Georgia and the city of Dalton, we were able to hang out underneath there in the rain and catch the New York Central, Heritage locomotive for NS, and the Penn Central. For all you northern fans, it was a great night. 1 north, 1 south. Pikes Peak, thanks for all the help. Bag Squatch, same to y'all, thanks for all the help. It was great hanging out with everybody. And there in front of you are the signal towers for Ooltewah Junction Point. And the left side, like I said, Atlanta North District. The right side's curved a little bit away, so because of the way the train comes in going towards Chattanooga, they're tilted to the right, so it's hard to see them until it gets a little bit darker. And our sunset is setting up there to the left, as you can see through the trees. So let's just sit back, relax. We may be here up to another hour. Like I said, we just got here. A couple of you sent me a couple texts here I need to answer. And again, as I said, this Saturday, if you've never been to Decatur, it is just a very, very nice old railroad history town. Got a very nice downtown area. Great restaurant I found the last time there. 309 Social, I think it was, or Social 309. Had a fantastic ribeye steak. But the history of railroading in Decatur, Alabama, the depot that was there, or that is there, was built by the Southern Railway back in 1905. And you can trace the railroad history for Decatur, Alabama back to the 1830s, where the Tuscumbia, Cortland, and Decatur Railroad started in that area, and it grew up around the railroad. And there was passenger service there by the L&N and Southern Railway. And there's also a small transfer yard there that you can watch some switching action. And plenty of parking right downtown. So if you haven't made plans for this coming Saturday, come hang out with us. Caleb and his group, great host. Get you a group, get it in the group picture. Just have a good time. So, Tony, nothing new with you today, huh? Hopefully this week we're going to get a little bit of nighttime action in over at Stevenson since we missed out since we got rained out last week. Whoa, that's a little large. That won't quite work, will it, everybody? Monday night, tomorrow, and again, I have not checked the weather, so this is all subject to the weather and what may or may not be coming our way. For those of you over on the AGS line, I see that they're in Trenton. They've had either 2 or 3 NS Heritage locomotives in the last 24 hours run up and down there. Y'all been cooking with grease over there. Tomorrow night, though, probably here. Tuesday night down in Dalton. Wednesday night up in the air. Thursday afternoon, we're probably going to try and do Bridgeport. Thursday night, Stevenson. And then Friday, we're going to go over and hang out in Decatur. And again, I got to check the weather on all this. Spend the night in Decatur. Spend some time there on the bridge at sunset. It's just beautiful there as the trains come across. CSX and NS trains and the BNSF trains all run across that single track bridge over Wheeler Lake, I think it is. I checked my notes what the name of that lake was. But how they go across there, then they split. NS goes over to Huntsville and then eventually up to Chattanooga. And CSX goes on up to Nashville. So that's kind of this week's agenda. Good to see everybody. Like I said, we're just hanging out for a little bit tonight. Haven't talked much with y'all.
Thank you. Yeah. It's just been, get you guys moving here soon. I see you guys loaded up on.
Twenty 29F was about right on time tonight, which is good news. Looks like the interstate came through Trenton yesterday. Central Railroad of New Jersey. Came up the AGS, is headed up to Ohio. So for those of you up on the CNO and TP, keep an eye out for him. Pennsylvania was in Argo, Alabama 3 hours ago going south. And that's all the excitement that anyone has mentioned anywhere. Jesse just sent us a picture of the Southern. Probably had him stop and wash it for him. You know how Jesse is. And while we're just kind of hanging out, I went ahead and threw the bird cam up on the other recorder. And if you've not ever visited the bird cam, there is a whole series of monitored railroad channels, everything from the yard to CSX to NS here in the area. And so you can hear a lot of the different defect detectors, conversations going on if something happens in the area. And since it is located in Ooltewah Acres, Ooltewah Acres is a huge bird sanctuary. Hopefully I'm not too big there for that picture. Well, let me just zoom you out a tad. Hello, Tara. How are you? So as I was saying, we have the scanner on that's here, but we also have on the bird cam, which is on the W&A subline for CSX at the 122.8. And it's in Ooltewah Acres, which is this massive bird sanctuary, but you see deer and wild turkey and everything on the camera as well. But it also has, like I was saying, a set of all the different frequencies for a lot of things happening in the area for trains. So you can kind of listen, hear what's going on, who gets cleared, who's where, who's there, what's happening, different events and stuff. So if you've not checked out the bird cam, make sure you do so. And we also use that as kind of our communication point. So if you want to know where we are, where we're going, where we've been, whatever, just jump on there and ask. And usually Casey and I try to stay on there as much as we can. And that's it talking right now. And let's see if I can show you this. And there's the bird cam. It's live right now. And then right here are all the different channels for different railroad communication options to listen to. It's all automated. And then as they speak, you get a blue dash. And then when they're done, the blue line stays there till the next one. So that's kind of cool to hear what's going on in town. So I know Tara and Mama Bear like the sunset, so we're going to try and keep the sunset there, along with, I know everybody likes to see the signal towers as well. So there's a little bit of both. And we're zoomed in just enough you can see the regs for the Atlanta North District. Hello, Eugene. Welcome. We just jumped on for a little while tonight. Glad you did as well. Nothing real special or ordinary or out of in the excitement category that we're aware of. We were just talking about the AGS had quite a bit of exciting stuff. Here in the last 24 hours, I think 3 Heritage locomotives for NS up and down the AGS line. So glad you're on. Hope you've had a fantastic day. We're here with the water tower from 1910. And we're going to be on till 8:30 Eastern Standard Time tonight. Like I said, we just kind of jumped up here for a little bit. Mrs. S is home chilling after the baseball game today, where the Lookouts, Chattanooga Lookouts, won 5-0. So it was a perfect day for baseball. About 77, 78 degrees, full sun. Perfect day for a sunburn or suntan.
Sometimes it's not the moment. It's the moment before the moment. The moment you take control. Cambridge lets you invest on your...
And that was the commercial popping up on the bird cam. Good night, Tony. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a good morning. There's a very light breeze tonight. And with all those railroad ties laying along the track, the smell of creosote is in the air. Oh, excuse me. Terry had me wondering how far it is from Chattanooga to there. It's just 280 miles to Winston-Salem. If I hop in production 6 and take off right now, it says I can be there in 5 hours. I assume it's probably incredibly hot there in the summer. Thanks everybody for being on tonight. Like I said, we just came trackside to hang out for a little while. If anybody's trackside, let us know. Tara and I are sharing a little history about Winston-Salem, North Carolina, someplace I've never been, but one of those places I want to just to visit just because of how historical it is. Love Savannah. So if any of you have been and spent any time in Winston-Salem, let me know. If there's any cool railroad traffic there, another reason to go. And this coming Saturday, River City Rail Club Appreciation Day, Railfan Appreciation Day over in Decatur, Alabama. We're going to be there. And like I said, it's been warm today, not hot, but nice and warm. All the railroad ties, for those who've been here this past week or two, they got stacks of new railroad ties on the back side. It's just a tiny breeze tonight, just tiny. And you get the aroma of that creosote. Gives you the rail fanning feel, kind of like being in the boat, smelling the fish. Here at our 1910 water tower, where the Ooltewah depot used to be. And the other night we ran into Knox and his family. And his dad was telling me that their family moved the Ooltewah depot from here to preserve it, or in an attempt to preserve it. And that plan was working well until such time that a high school student decided the best way to preserve it was to play with matches in it. Physics took over. And what happens with matches and wood became the outcome. And Tara sent us pictures. Let's see if y'all can see. There are Tara's pictures of 18W. Tara, what town is this in? Not the most technology savvy way to share pictures, but only way I know how. Here, maybe it's a little better this way. Boone's Mill, Virginia, you guys. So if you want to know anything about Boone's Mill, Virginia, now's the time to ask Tara. Tara, I'm guessing that Boone's Mill, Virginia is not a very large place. And I'm guessing from the pictures, it's a very historic place. Give you all a little more look at the beautiful evening sky. If Don gets on, we're going to have him slip his grass skirt on and give us a train dance. Be nice to get at least one more in tonight. And 29F is currently going through Dalton. So he didn't have much in his way tonight. A pretty fast trip down. Sometimes on Sunday night, they're stacked up one after the other. Sometimes they're not. But as you guys know, rail fanning is like fishing. You know there's fish there, you just don't know when they're going to bite. Oh, Mama Bear. So, Tara, do you have more than 5 stoplights in your big town? Mama Bear, we're getting what's left of your sunset with 4 red dots over the NS tracks, making their way towards Chattanooga and towards you over there in Lookout Valley. You guys have had some great traffic on the AGS. You've had, looks like 3 Heritage locomotives in the last 22 hours. Go through Trenton there. Right now we've had, you can see them here, 4 planes make their way through here. Well, Tara, that's right. I won't blink or I will miss those 4 traffic lights in that big town of Boonsville, Virginia. Anybody other than Tara ever been to Boonsville, Virginia? As you saw from her picture on 18W, she doesn't even have to leave the kitchen table. She can just go to the window and take a picture, record it, and have sound and all right there. So if you have 4 traffic lights, would it be safe to assume you have 4 railroad crossings, Tara? Well, Tara, aren't you just living large? Historic town with 4 traffic lights, moonshine capital of the world there in Franklin County, and 3 railroad crossings with an S-curve. What more could a girl want? You are living right there on Main Street, USA. Who knows? Somehow they may have sent moonshine and stuff back and forth back during Prohibition from right here at Bootleggers Crossing to you up there in West Virginia somehow. You never know. Our 2 counties may be tied together somehow. You guys made it, train brought it down, and they drank it in the city of Chattanooga. I cannot tell you guys how nice it is out here tonight. All the trees have leaves again. Birds are chirping. We're just missing the deer tonight we saw a week or so ago. See them over by the cemetery all the time. Hey everybody, like we were saying, we were going to hang out tonight till 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. One of us better do the famous train dance before our 11 minutes expire. Well, Mama Bear, since we aren't exactly knocking it dead on trains, we'll take a moment to look here at the sky where 4 different jets patterns, vapor trails, went west and one more right there. And that is tonight's sunset, overlooking Chattanooga, Tennessee, Hamilton County. Trying to get you a little bit of contrast there on the lights. Hello, Brian. We came out to catch a little train action. Caught 29F going south. Hanging out with everybody. We'll be back trackside tomorrow night, but since we missed yesterday, I promised Mrs. S family time since it's been a week since I've seen her. Hello, Mr. John. Did you see the Chickamauga turn go through your town yesterday? So we're watching Mama Bear's and Tara's sunset. Oh, there goes a jet. Let's see if we can find him. Give me a moment here. Well, I'm trying to find that jet, but I'm not doing a very good job. I have failed in my mission. There are 3 jacks, but I just can't pick them up. But I can pick up that mosquito for you guys that just went zipping by there. Next weekend, you're going to get the Somerville turn. Don't know what they're using for power next week. As we talked earlier, once it starts to get a tad darker, you can see all 4 lights here. Well, John, we got 4 minutes to find us a train before we head on out tonight. We caught 29F. He was a little shorter than normal. As a matter of fact, I think he was quite a bit shorter than normal. But it is very beautiful where we are tonight, and it's just an incredible night here at the tracks. Whoa, I did a good job there. Well, everybody, from Casey and I to all of you, thanks for jumping on tonight. Like I said, we had a little time, so we thought we'd go trackside, see what we could catch. 29F made its way through here at the beginning, shorter than normal, but it's just beautiful. And I hope all of you got to do what you wanted this weekend, have a good time, got to do some trackside stuff, got to see your favorite trains, kept up with them all. We'll be back tomorrow night. Like I said, it kind of depends on what's where. But first, job number 1 tomorrow morning, bright and early. So it's not goodbye, as you all know. It's we will see you at the next crossing, trackside. So Tara, John, Mama Bear, Eugene, everybody, have a fantastic night. See y'all tomorrow. And thanks for sharing time with Casey and I and each other. See you at the next crossing. Brian, you take care as well, sir. Bye, Jonathan.